Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and say hello. Wish you a good day on this weekend of Easter weekend. Just made a video. I'm sorry. I took a few notes. Sometimes I don't, since I do those videos every day, I have something that says it would be interesting to talk about, and so I take a note. And sometimes I don't have time to organize them also. Very soon there's going to be a lot of change. Spirit says, I do not have a choice. I have a mission to fulfill here. And it's like all the choices I have already made, all my choices. And now it is about surrendering to the process of life. For some of us have done past ascension. If we're most light workers have already done this ascension in past life. But no matter what, even if we've done this ascension, those memories, those powers return, it's still difficult in this lifetime because there's different conditions. There's kind of electromagnetic field that are very different, and we're working towards these collective ascensions. Understanding we are higher beings that have decided to come in service to the planet. So it is about allowing, accepting certain difficulties. For the stargates are opening, so we have to stay hard focused and centers. The universe is in support of all the rest and relaxation we need. We need to to let go of certain responsibility in order to take more, get more rest. Right now, we have to also understand the triggers. There's all kinds of things that still trigger us. That means we have to heal that. For the Buddha understood that. We have to elevate ourselves beyond until the point where there is no more trigger. There is no more all those things. We have to, even if we feel anger, we want to transmute it rather than express it. And so it is important to understand those things. Because there's so many things in society that can trigger ourselves, trigger us. We have to be stoic to be stable, like the trees. The trees are the ultimate stoic, no matter what they do, no matter what. Even when they are aggressed or they still remain. But the trees have thoughts, they have emotion, they feel joy and pain. They are the guardians of the old past, the timelines, and they're very intelligent beings. When they will find substitution for the trees, we won't have to cut living trees. We'll use dead trees, but we won't have. What we have to do is to transmute 51% of our karma, to know that most of our thoughts are positive, most of our emotions are positive. To start the ascension process, that's all we have to do. We don't no longer need to transmute 100% of our karma to create this ascension. And it's the same for the planet. For the planet to ascend, it needs to ascend to 51% of humanity has to be in this ascension desire and reality, which is still far from happening. But there is this soul contract that at some point 51% of the planet will be in the readiness for ascension. And so we want to continue in our own soul evolution plan in this ascension process. The problem is that the 49% that have not chosen the ascension, that may not do it in this lifetime, are creating damage to the planet at such an increasing rate and every day. So it is not an easy path. Humans have never really known unity consciousness. Unity consciousness is not something we know. It is this theory of the whole, which is becoming more accepted by the scientific community. But it is so grandiose to know that you are the creator of all. Everything is part of your creation, and we're working in this collective creation. But one is all, and all is one. Is this unity consciousness? But yet, every animal know that. Every insect, every small animal, every large animal, every tree, every mountain, every lake, everybody knows that it is part of the joy and love of the earth. That there is this, even if it's beyond human ability to perceive, that there are consciousness within all things. There is those consciousness are in appreciation of the unity and the love of the planet. For humanity is the only person that do not regard the planet as a living being, as a living force that needs to be respected and loved. But it is changing. There's a great deal of awakening and awareness that is. For this divine feminine is the Notre Dame. That was this church that just burned. It was the symbol of goodness, and it connects all humanity. We could connect through this empathy, this feeling of loss, this feeling. So sometimes the dramas are helping to catalyze fraternity and solidarity, and so there is a meaning to that. For Notre Dame has survived wars, it survived the French Revolution, and hopefully will be rebuilt in the spirit of the architecture. They won't put some modern monstrosity to rebuild, hopefully. also remind us that the material is just temporal. It's just the love that is eternal. Our world will change soon. We're gonna very very quickly be able to eliminate poverty, homelessness, despair, isolation, illness, anger, apathy, blame, shame. Torment, all those things is because there is a lack of consciousness. Then we'll be able to rebuild a society that's based on inclusion, where everybody will find its place and everybody will have it all. So it is really within the realm of potential. So we want to have goodness and kindness, or even just to be polite, no matter what comes up. We always want to stay in that frequency because it protects us. It does once we eliminate the trigger, and never return. If you receive a negative thought or a negative energy from someone, do never return it to sender, because it builds and then creates a karma. The only reason to return to sender is when we receive negative technology, those nanotechnologies that creates things. It's like when you say return to sender, it disconnects all the frequencies of those artificial intelligence. They put all those nanotechnologies everywhere to create negative emotion. That's something that humanity doesn't know, but it's part of the process. And so when you feel negative, you can say return to sender, disconnect all of those technological implants, but when it comes from a person, you always transmute it. You never return it as such, because otherwise the energy becomes more negative and more negative and more negative, as there is like ping pong energy. So you ground it, you give it to you ask an angel, you ask an archangel, you send it to Mother Earth, you return it to Creator, to the great central sun. When you turn your whatever to the great central sun, God will know what to do with whatever energy and will transmute it back to you. I'm going to pull 4 cards from the angel. This is this very sacred weekend. So it's the same card. I just mixed the card and I'm getting the same card as the highest wisdom in my French reading. It is happiness. Happiness is we're getting this, and we're getting exactly the same card. It's just a different one. It's amazing. I just mixed the whole 78 cards, and we're getting the same card. So it is about choosing happiness, choosing the way of freedom. What we need to understand is the judgment. We need to become an authority. We need to be separating without being judging the persons. We need to separate that which works and what which doesn't work. What is good for us and what is good for the whole, and what is not good, what does not work. What we need to do is friendship. There is new friendship. Friendship is very important. Friendship is not about having a thousand friends on social media. The people, it's very useful, it's very nice, it's wonderful. But it's about Plutarch and Seneca, the great philosophers, explains that if you have too many friends, your real friend will feel neglected. So it's about being friendly to everyone, to be very friendly. But there is friendship is also an Epicurean value. It means that there are some people that you share ideas, to share thoughts, to share a sense of humor. You have a good time together. You can support each other. You can mirror each other. There is and so it's about developing new friends, also a new friendship that will be coming, to be friendly to the world as well. And the outcome is the same outcome as the French reading. It's amazing that the four same cards came up. It's communication. It's about communicating. It's about so we are communicating. We are sharing our highest truth, and we're receiving the communications as well for others who will come to reflect and mirror that to us. Maybe good thoughts and intentions that we do is very, very useful. It assists the planet. Is the reason why the world didn't self-destruct, is because of the good intention of those who are cultivating the love. For it was acknowledged in heaven, and the heaven just came to protect the planet. So even if you don't see that, or your efforts, the work, your inner work, is you don't see it reflected in the world, continue to do it. It is very, very powerful. It's been transformed. It is transforming the whole universe. And so, but it may be ignored in the world because the world is sometimes cold and insensitive, and humans do not see the cause and the effect, the positive and negative thoughts. There is like a time delay before, but eventually we'll be able to see all our cause. So it's good to start all the good cause. Make as much good cause as possible, even if you do not see the result of what you do. If you can assist people with some love, you bless the planet, you bless even if it's work for whatever kingdom on the earth, even for the animals, no matter what. It is very important to do that and to continue to stay very positive and not to judge those who have negative cause, but try to we still want to guide them back to a more neutral situation. So understanding also that once we connect to our soul and spirit, the idea of impossible or no can do it will no longer exist. Everything will be possible, new potential, new possibilities. The problem is that old beliefs are really hard to extinguish because they've been going on for a long time, for centuries, for thousands, hundreds of lifetimes. We've been anchored with those old beliefs, and so they're taking a long time to disconnect. For everything, we're going to move from negative belief to positive belief to upgrade our beliefs. So yeah, we wanna. There is this diamond light that is given right now to anchor this diamond light, which connects us to the Creator, connects us to the Source, to the multi-dimensional universe, to the omniverse. So very, very powerful light. But we also want to anchor the emerald light, the emerald code, which connects us as much as the diamond light will connect us to the greater universe. The emerald light, which is a green light, will anchor us into the earth and will give us a lot of joy and pleasure in the participation into the planet. It will also activate the magenta and the turquoise light. Those are very powerful higher frequency of light. You may call on for this assistance and the diamond light, the Master Serapis Bey, or the goddess Purity. They are angels and archangels. For nobody is just that. They're not just working in that frequency. We're all infinite beings, but some of us have been called to work on specific frequency of light, and so is the ascended masters, the archangels, the Elohims. They're all working more specifically in certain frequency. Everything, this diamond light will terminate the illusion. We have to feel that those illusions are personal illusions. A lot of them are going away. It's creating transparencies and a deep sense of oneness. The more spiritual we'll be able to feel, the further in the past and further in the future we'll be able to see. Sometimes when we're still enclosed within time, it can feel difficult, because we're still in the physicality of time. But when we elevate, our spirit body is our highest body. We eventually will come down and unify all our bodies, and we'll find this great deal of pleasure in being who we are, where we are, and all that we are. So yes, this is in essence the message I wanted to bring today. The paintings behind me this is my first self-portrait. I did 3 versions of that. The first self-portrait for in astrology, we are all made of all 12 constellations. They all have, well, more than that, but the reflecting aspect of the human consciousness. And as a Pisces, I'm supposed to have integrated, it was the last constellation, integrated the 12 past. But we all have, wherever we have the most planets is where we have our powers. When we have void within certain constellations, is those things that we need to work on. But there are small planets in all the constellations. We all have that. For instance, Aries is I am, Taurus is I have, Gemini is I think, Cancer is I feel, Leo is I will, Virgo is I analyze, Libra is I balance, Scorpio is I desire. What I think? Desire. I want, I desire. Sagittarius is I aim. Capricornus is I use. Aquarius is I know. And Pisces is I believe. So we all have those understanding. We all have to balance out this all, to transcend this all astrological, because we all came in with those filters of consciousness, which was this the family we came into and the time we came into, in order to achieve a certain, to use certain filters of perception. And this is a portrait from it's mythologically inspired. It's called Kore. It's a portrait of Persephone, the daughter of Ceres. It's called this pretty girl. So I did the song in French, but it's maybe too intense to sing it in an English video, so I'm going to sing an English song. For a long time, before we were like integrated within our soul and spirit, but as we went down in vibration, our soul had to find a refuge in the opposite, from a distant place in the soul star. And now we need to reintegrate that, because to return to the Garden of Eden. This is really the time for the return to the garden. The card of the day for today is the Knightwoods. We want to be fearless, blameless, shameless. There is no more need for any of that. We want to rediscover our nobility. I'm gonna finish with this song. I pulled out a random song just to sing, to say that I'm finished with a song. And this Easter weekend, it's a song about love, because it's called "Love Rescue Me." Love rescue me, come forth and speak to me. Raise me up and don't let me fall. No man is my enemy, my own hands imprison me. Love rescue me. Many strangers I have met on the road to my regret. Many lost to find themselves, in me. They ask me to reveal the very thoughts they would conceal. Love rescue me. And the sun in the sky makes a shadow of you and I, stretching out as the sun sinks in the sea. I'm here without a name, in the palace of my shame. Say, love, rescue me. In the cold mirror of a glass, I see my reflection pass. See the dark shades of what I used to be. See the purple of her eyes, the scarlet of my lies. Say, love, rescue me. Yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow, yea, I will fear no evil. I have cursed thy rod and staff, they no longer comfort me. Love, rescue me. Sha-la-la, sha-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la, sha-la-la, sha-la-la. I say, love, love, rescue me. I say, love, climb up the mountains. Say, love, I said, love, oh my love. On the hill of the sun, I'm on the eve of the storm, and my words you must believe in. Oh, I said, love, rescue me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm here without a name, in the palace of my shame. I said, love, rescue me. I have conquered my past, the future is here at last. I stand at the entrance to a new world I can see. The ruins to the right of me will soon have lost sight of me. Love, rescue me. Well, thank you very much. I'm sorry, like at some point I was thinking of something completely different. I completely lost touch with the fact that I was here talking to you, singing this song. Just for a moment I was completely in another place, and so it was like, oh, it is funny. We have to laugh about ourselves. Huh? It's very important. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much about liking, sharing, subscribing. And I wish you a wonderful Easter Sunday. Namaste.